Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, we're gonna be smoking up a pork loin rib half section using the Camp Chef Woodwind pellet grill to make one of my favorite types of sandwiches. And so just like always, I'm gonna put all the show notes as well as the full recipe in the description box below, so make sure to click down there to see everything that you need for this cook. Also, if you like what we're doing on this channel, consider subscribing for more great barbecue recipes, tutorials, and reviews. And other than that, let's get into the cook. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I appreciate you being here. Today we're gonna be smoking up this delicious looking pork loin rib half to make what I call a faux pulled pork sandwich with a nice apple slaw to top it with. And it's just a really easy cook for even the end of the workday. And so to prepare this cut, we're not gonna really do a whole lot. We're gonna flip it over, and you'll notice that on the back side, there's your fat cap. We're gonna leave this on completely because we're gonna place this fat cap down in the Camp Chef pellet cooker. And so to get it ready, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of mustard as our binder. There we go. And then we're gonna season it with my Postal Barbecue Original Rub. This stuff goes really great on pork and chicken, but when it comes to pork, it has the sweetness that you're looking for, and it's just a really nice rub to use. So we're gonna liberally coat this. There we go. And we're gonna flip this over, and we'll do the same to that top section. And so again, we're gonna apply a little bit of our mustard, and we're gonna rub that in. And then again, we're gonna hit it with that original rub. All right, so our pork loin is all seasoned nicely. I've already gone ahead and prepared our Camp Chef to begin cooking at 275 degrees. I put it on number 10 smoke just to add a nice, rich, smoky flavor to this pork loin. And so let's go get it on the grill. Grab this. As I said, we're gonna place it fat cap down. Then we're going to insert our digital thermometer into the thickest part. Let's go through the side here. And so with our pork loin on the grill, I'm going to close up this lid, and we're going to let it begin smoking for a couple hours likely till it reaches an internal temperature of 140 to 145. And we will come back about halfway through just to take a look at it and to see if it needs the spritz or if it needs any assistance during the cooking process. So I've been smoking our pork loin for just over an hour now, and our internal temperature is sitting just below 100 degrees. And so let's open up the grill and take a look and see if it needs a spritz. You can see that our pork loin is starting to dry a little bit on the outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and water mixture. So with our pork loin spritz, I'm gonna close up the lid, and I'm gonna continue to cook this until it reaches 130 degrees approximately. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of our barbecue sauce. It's been about 2 hours since we first put this pork loin into the Camp Chef. It's been cooking around 275 degrees the entire time, and our internal temperature is sitting now around 131 degrees. And so we're gonna open up the grill, and we're gonna hit it with a little bit of sauce. So just look at this. You can see that it's picked up a little bit of that smoke from our wood pellets, and the aroma is very nice. So let's go ahead and hit it with a little bit of our barbecue sauce. So with our pork loin sauce, I'm gonna close up the lid, and we're gonna let that sauce set up, as well as let that internal temperature finish coming up to 140 to 145 degrees. And in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and make up our apple slaw. So to prepare our apple slaw, we're gonna start with one apple. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice it into thin slices. All right, there's our apples cut. And so I'm gonna toss them into this bowl here. This is gonna be our mixing bowl. And then I'm going to use some of this prepared coleslaw. This is just a combination of green cabbage, purple cabbage, some carrot in there. We're going to do about equal parts of this coleslaw. And then I'm going to hit it with some of my coleslaw dressing, and I'll put the full recipe in the description box for this coleslaw dressing. And so just put as much as you need in there. We'll give it a little mix. All right, so that's nicely mixed together. So I'm just gonna place this off to the side, and we'll just let those flavors sort of marinate together a little bit while we wait for our pork loin to finish, which will only be a few more minutes. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes now since I first put this pork loin into the Camp Chef to smoke away, and our internal temperature has just reached 143 degrees. So I'm gonna open up the grill and I'm gonna probe it just to confirm our internal temperatures. Oh, this looks so good. Just look at that color on there. So I'm reading about 146 on the thinner side and 144 on the thicker end. And so we're gonna call this done. I'm gonna pull it out of the Camp Chef, let it rest for about 15 minutes, then I'm gonna slice it up and we're gonna build some sandwiches. This pork loin has rested for 15 to 20 minutes and it just smells so good. You can see that it has a really nice mahogany color to it, and the juices that are still inside of this pork loin are starting to come through. I know this is going to be incredibly juicy, and so let's slice into it and just see how we did. We'll go right down the middle. Just look at how juicy this is. Oh my goodness. You can see that there's a nice smoke ring along there as well. And so let's slice this up for our sandwiches. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice this as thin as we can. Just look at this. That smoke ring is just unreal. And so I'm gonna go for a taste test right now before we make this sandwich. Oh my goodness. As always, this is phenomenal. Let's move this out of the way and we're just gonna start to build our sandwiches. All right, so we're gonna build this very similar to how we would build a pulled pork sandwich. And so what I got to start with is my bun, and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of barbecue sauce on the bottom. Then we're gonna grab some of our pork loin. There we go, we'll just grab a bunch of this and we're just gonna lay it on a little bit messy. Next, I'm gonna top it with that apple slaw that we made. And then lastly, I'm gonna put on a little bit more of that barbecue sauce on the top. And then we'll crown this guy and just look at this sandwich. This is what I like to call a faux pulled pork sandwich because it has incredible flavor similar to pulled pork, but it takes way less time to do. And so let's go for a bite and see how it tastes. As always, I'm just blown away by the simplicity and the flavor that comes when you smoke up that pork loin rib half section and then you make sandwiches like this. The flavor is absolutely incredible. It's a little bit more rich because it comes from that rib half section. You can really taste the smokiness that comes from using the Camp Chef pellet grill, and then that apple slaw just punches through really nice. It adds a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of crunch. It really just brings this whole sandwich together. I'm telling you, in my opinion, this sandwich will rival a pulled pork sandwich any day of the week. It's so good. It takes way less time. You need to try it out because you won't be disappointed. Let me get back into this. So that's how you make that smoking delicious pork loin sandwich with that creamy apple slaw. I hope you give it a try. It's so good. Hey, if you want to see more barbecue videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Also, special thank you to all my patrons out there who help support this channel every single week. Until next week, keep that fire lit and get cooking.